Yep, so whenever you want to start, you can just count me down.
Alright. Let's get ready to do this. So let's go on and go. You ready, right?
Yep, ready?
3, 2, 1, go. Right, so hello everyone. I'm back again for the 3rd time. And this time I have eaten. So Chantelise, A Tale of Two Sisters is about two sisters going out one evening and they encountered a witch. And this witch turned their elder sister, Chante, into a fairy. And our quest here is to turn Chante back into her human form. But first, we need to learn how to play this game. So, we're going straight into a tutorial. And we're going to do some manipulation here by having them face the east side. I'm going to dash downwards on the screen, and no, that didn't turn out. Sometimes they just want to separate from each other, but that's okay. This is the only part in the game where we really need to do some button mashing. Yep, these dialog boxes require any input. And right about now it's teaching us how to use magic and telling us that we can hold the magic button in order to use combinations of gems. This gem, thank you. Now there are 4 types of elements in this game. There's red, which is fire. Oh, I want this trophy, or is it? There it is. So there's red, which is fire. Blue and water. Yellow is earth, and green is wind. And as of right now, we're just running around through the tutorial. A lot of these enemies are green, so we'll be using a lot of yellow to take care of them. There's nothing to worry about as of right now. These green slimes have no way of dealing damage whatsoever. And what we're doing is we're going to go grab a couple of hidden treasures throughout the stages. I was really worried about not getting this for the 4 slimes in one hit. I would have had to go out and grab more green gems. So that hidden treasure gave us the golden pedestal. And we'll be using that to purchase a couple of items in the shop whenever we get to town. Now, you might all be thinking, why didn't I just go off to this exit right here? I mean, it's right there. No, I can't because there's this barrier blocking it. And in order to clear those yellow barriers, we need to defeat all the enemies in the stage. So there are no skips, no glitches, we're just going to do this the intended way. Now, I was running straight into that yellow barrier before defeating the last enemy because we can do a little animation or cutscene skip, which takes about 1 second to show us that, hey, this barrier that's there, yeah, it no longer exists. Right. So we sold all our treasures, spoke to a couple of NPCs. So they told us to speak to the fortune teller, and the fortune teller's not in the shop. Now we're just going off to look for our supposed fortune teller who has some sort of knowledge about what's going on, because clearly we don't. This is unfortunate. The gems were scattered all over the place. Now if anyone has played this game before, this is a very, very unforgiving game. In fact, it's so unforgiving that many of the people who have played this game, on and off-stream experienced players, they mention that this is the equivalent of playing anime Dark Souls. So, for your entertainment, anime Dark Souls. So right there, we use a combination of red and yellow, or red and green, and magic is a little complicated when it comes down to explaining what's going on. Red gems give additional damage to the current, actually I should word it this way. There are 2 positions the gem can be in. It can be a main gem or a support gem. So a main gem would be the first gem casted, and the first gem casted, which is above the fairy's head, Shantae the fairy, and then the other supporting gems will be around the human Elise's feet. And I need to be careful about this. Good. Unless they apply perfect, I do need to aim this shot. Okay, we got it. So red gems give additional damage to the main gem. Blue gives a poison or some sort of status effect on the existing spell. Yellow, yellow kind of just puts a paralysis on there, like, or gives, or increases like its defense or some sort of our defense, depending on if you're using it as a buff or not. And green gems give us additional projectiles or objects. Right, so that was very subtle, but those are skeletons, and they are weak to magic. And in order to defeat them, we were required to finish skeletons off with a magical attack. This room is pretty much RNG hell, as far as it goes. These things can just jump wherever they want, however, in whatever direction you please. And right now we're going to go and collect certain gems. Right, so these torches here, they are fire based, or they have fire in them. So we're always guaranteed to get a fire gem off torches. Barrels will give you water. Trees are guaranteed to give yellow gems or earth gems, and some tall grass are guaranteed to drop yellow gems. Right, so the hidden treasure for this section is to defeat the hardest enemy first, and the game defines the hardest enemy in this area as the skeleton, as you would need magic to defeat it. And it's very convenient to have this to defeat it because it gave us the speed boots. So we'll be having these on pretty much all round. And these speed boots are equivalent to giving us the speed buff in the game. But having both of them at the same time does not double your speed. These speed boots increase our movement speed by 50%. And we kind of get floaty kind of movement going on. So there are some times where I'm just going to stand around and kind of slide on the floor when I'm attacking. That's because the speed boots kind of carry the momentum. But it is visible without them. Unfortunately, we couldn't finish the stage without hitting the yellow barrier. Need to be very careful and not walk through this and enter without being prepared. Now, I did speak about elements in this game, and we don't really use it too much in this dungeon, as it's called the Terran Ruins. Oh, this is the fortune teller Elma, by the way. Turns out she's going to be a jerk. So this is the Terran Ruins, and for those of you who aren't aware, Terran means earth, or earthbound. And there's this elemental weakness thing, a weakness chart or table that exists. Yep. So that's an earth. Earth and wind are opposing elements. Fire and water are opposing elements. And this boss had about 1500 health. We just use the attack buff from the red gem to be applied onto the yellow gems. Alright. So we defeated Elma's giant golem, she's all freaked out, we go to the fortune teller shop and... Oh, hi. Hi, Elma. She says, she tells us to head over to the Ignian Ruins. There might be something interesting in there, so we're gonna go check it out. First thing we're gonna do, not run into the mushrooms. If you hold forward with the speed boots on, they actually hit you on pretty much the first frame. Like a frame, they can choose to attack whenever they want. It's usually within a couple of frames. Right. The introduction to beehives. They spawn bees or hornets, whatever you want to call them, until consistently until the hive is destroyed. We are collecting the hidden treasure in this area, which would be hitting. Yes, actually, this game was made by the same people who made Reciteer. So, Easy Game Station, if anyone was wondering. I now need to chase after that mushroom that I just dropped. Easy Game Station have created several other games, but people have this misconception that Great Falgare are the ones who created them. It's, they are the publishers. But, yeah, that's good. This game, yeah, pretty evil. I am missing some stuff, and this game did not give me it. Alright, unfortunately they didn't give any sort of useful gems to work with, so we're gonna have to do this the extremely hard way. There's this bee here. It is a troll, and it will do whatever it wants to make sure. So it'll do whatever it can to make sure that you don't jump on that log. And, yeah, well, I fell off. Smooth. Alright, there we go. I didn't hit a rock. I probably forgot to hit the one over here on my way out. We do need the shield. It's very important, because things can get really out of hand real fast. Ignian Ruins is considered one of the most dangerous dungeons in the game. And yes, we just walked through that wall. So we're starting to build up an inventory right now. Oh, before we say that, I should probably mention that gems in this game are picked up in reverse order. So if you check on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you're going to notice that I have a yellow, green, green, green gem. This means that I picked up the 3 greens first and the yellow last. And I mentioned it was in reverse order because the last gem picked up is the first gem used. Well, luckily it gave that. Yay! This game isn't too RNG heavy, but you need to be careful here. I don't want to get hit and slide off the edge. No, we're just going to be stupid and jump off. Okay, found that. Jumping off in that particular angle at that spot gives us a hidden treasure. Oh, this game is on sale quite often. It's on sale every time you get it. Unless you mean other games, then yes, that feeling when game never goes on sale. This spiral area here can go on for days. You can easily fall off. There's no barrier stopping you. Oh yeah, those are 2 shell shrooms. They're immune to physical attacks. We just ignored them. Well, I shouldn't say they're immune, but they're weak to magic. And they will hide themselves in the shells. Please, jump together. Okay, so now we're getting to the point where this game can really get out of hand, and we're talking about like going from full health to nothing at almost an instant. We're in a volcano of some sort. Oh, there we go. Knocks you off, takes damage, you fall even further and take more damage. So we're just gonna... that's the backup strat, pretty much. Alright. Not favorable gem. And the introduction to bombs. Oh boy. So bombs are kind of a one-trick pony. I say that because I mentioned that they're one-trick because they blow up on death, and the gem fell off the stage. That's unfortunate. So because they blow up on when they're defeated, they deal physical damage, and we're not talking about single-digit numbers here. We only have 60 health, and dealing double digits is pretty much asking to die. Now, a lot of the time, we're going to take damage, and there's no real method of healing at all. Or at least there's no reliable way to heal, as of yet. Yeah, I'm okay with this gem drops. You can figure it out. So, we need to make sure that we aren't taking too much damage, as losing all your health equivalents to a game over, and it boots us straight to the town center, or the city. And yep, we're just gonna mob them, use Blitz, which is a double yellow, thanks Burn, which is a double green gem combination. On top of that, they are weak to this particular element. I forgot to pick thread gem, there it is. 1, 2, 3, magic. Oh, this is bad. Oh, no, I don't want to hit the bomb. Not yet. I should mention that because the skeletons require some sort of elemental hit or a magical finishing hit to defeat them, we can use magic, we can use them to farm gems, but in our case, it's, didn't really need them. Right, so I backed off there because I need to reposition myself, make sure that I can land this hit. Yep. 1, 2, 3. I'm wearing a shield, I take less damage. And we're going to switch out our shield for leather gloves. I'm going to carry these gem ups. If you hold the magic button for too long, you actually drop the gems. And this allows us to rearrange the order of gems without spending them. So remember that I said that we're playing Dark Souls? We're going to use dead angling on this knight to defeat it. Yep, we're going to just jump right in front of it, and we're going to do a horizontal swing, and it's completely unguardable. Now, okay, I need to be very careful taking that hit. It completely threw off the pattern that we have here. Gonna wait for this eye bat. Ooh, okay, we're still in there. The game introduces us to these wraiths, or ghosts, however you want to see them. And they can go invisible or translucent, and they're invulnerable, the hitboxes don't exist. But right before an attack, they will reappear. I have no gems to work with, please drop something. Okay, we can work with this. Nice crit. Nice crit. I need to be careful, there is an eye batter on that corner, and as you may have seen, it dealt 18 damage. We should be very careful, because we are at 25. Like, very, very careful. Real health, we'll take that. Kinda just farming gems off of some of these enemies right now. We do need some amount of magic to work with, but not too much. game was nice enough to give us something. Now we're gonna go and get the hidden treasure, which, oh dear, I need to be holding the forward button the entire time in order to do this properly, but it looks like one of the springs on my controller will not let me turn the camera. So that's alright. We're running a lap now, and I say that because we need to do a full lap on this upper section without letting go of the forward button or not stopping. And I'm gonna hope running into that wall hasn't stopped us from getting this hidden treasure. No, it hasn't. That's great. So, seeing how we're girls and we like fashion, we need to get ourselves a second pair of shoes. This time it has wings. Now at this point, we're just kind of farming blue gems because the next area is the boss. And not being nice, here we go. Oh, I did not want this. I need to get rid of this immediately. One, two, dash. Oops. Not too far. So let's fight one of the more annoying bosses, probably the most annoying boss, or the second most annoying boss, the volcanic crab. And ignore the little tapestry on the back with the giant thing and the person with the fairy. Yeah, we don't know what's going on either. Oh, I want the other claw, please. Yep. So the weakness of this boss is to dump it into the pit, or knock it into one of the pits, just wail on it. And seeing how this is a fire boss, that's unfortunate. I had the animation of picking up the gem. I'm gonna get rid of it quickly. And you can all listen to this very delightful beeping sound for the next about 30 seconds. Alright, so if we do this fast enough, and I won't risk it, because low health, and I would have to do this whole thing over again. So we're gonna play it safe. Right, so we threw a bunch of ice at it. It's a fire boss, throw a bunch of ice. Easy as pie. Now we can use 3 magic stones. Awesome. So we finally get back, and it turns out that Elise is feeling really sick. Like, she passed out not too long ago. And Chantelise is trying to just go out and find this rare blue flower that may or may not exist, and Alma just stops her at the gate. And yeah, so we're now playing as Alma. Don't sell the wing boots, I need that. I have accidentally sold a required item before, and it's just awkward. This big shield, the only reason why we have this big shield is for this particular room with all the fish. These fish are dealing 10 damage, even with us wearing the best shield that we can possibly get. As of right now. And there's not just 1 or 3 or 5 or 10 of these things. They can come in like dozens and dozens of fish. Taking damage, taking double-digit damage with 60 health is not fun. I haven't really mentioned this, but dashing is the fastest method of movement. However, there is a delay when we finish dashing. So sometimes just running up to the enemy is ideal. Go away fish. So we got to use, we have 3 magic gems to use now, and we're going to use the broken spell, the most broken spell that we have in our arsenal. Tornado. Yep. All those fish don't mean anything. Tornado allows us to group large numbers of enemies together. As a bonus, it deals damage. But mostly we're just going to use it to group a bunch of enemies together in several areas. I can get rid of that. Please cut the grass, thank you. Alright, the hardest part, or at least I would like to say it's the hardest part of this area, is over with. And now we're at this bridge section, and it's called the bridge. And we've got some pretty nasty guards standing on post. Yeah, we got some blue bombs. We got some knights. We got some slimes. They really don't want us. And we're gonna go back to dead angling these guys, just to show you what's going on. That's totally fair, right? It's totally fair. I see nothing wrong with this. So there's a drawbridge all the way at the end of the stage, and we can actually go through that bridge because it doesn't have a collision. At least on the underside it doesn't have a collision. But the trigger to go into the next area doesn't activate until we defeat all the enemies. So this is a terrible speedrun. We're just going to jump off the edge. I lied. We're going to equip the winged boots we had some time ago. And we're just going to goof around now and just run around here. Oh hey, a chest. And this hidden chest requirement has us to walk along the edge of the bridge in order to get get from one side to the other without touching the floor. A little bit of dialogue back there, but don't worry about it. If you hold the magic button early, or the magic button is the skip text button, and if you hold it too soon, you actually queue up magic, and when you finish talking to the NPC, it automatically uses it. And this is the spiral corridor. Yeah, this is a spiral indeed. We're not attacking a single enemy here. This is smooth sailing. Yep. Do some swag air dashes to kill time. There's a death pit in the center of the screen and walls don't exist. Or at least fencing doesn't exist. So they just kind of float or jump to the center of the screen into their doom. Pacifist drawing, yo. 1, 2, 3. Tomato. Makes our life easy. Right. These eye bats are real scary. We're talking about 20 to 25 damage apiece. Bubbles, 10 damage plus. It's real scary to fight these things, and it's not ideal to just charge in. Those jellyfish, they don't have an attack animation. It's just, oh, okay, we're gonna play it safe. And kill these jellyfish first. Right, so these jellyfish don't have an attack animation. It's, they have stingers, and if you run into them, you take damage. But they'll gently float in your direction. Need to adjust my controller's spring. It seems to be dying. Ooh, oh look, more skeletons. But instead of using magic to beat the skeletons, we have a fire crystal equipped, which which means we're going to finish these skeletons with an element. I mean, you don't need to use magic in order to defeat them anymore. Now we have a full arsenal of red gems. We're just gonna throw it all away. Giant bombs are back, and they're gone. Hug this corner, because I have no idea what they're doing on the other side of the room. Controller? Controller? Okay, this will be interesting to play now. I'm gonna farm some gems off of these jellyfish. They've got a pretty good rate of gem drops, so we're just gonna farm all the red gems that we can possibly carry and then move on. One more and we're good. Tough gloves. Wait, why am I equipping the crystal? It should be the shield. For safety, we'll grab that. Now we're at the final boss, or at the boss of this area, a giant electro jelly. In order to defeat this boss, we take down its two large tentacle appendages, and we deal magic to the boss itself. But, as you can see, taking elemental advantage makes quick work of these enemies. Alright, so Elise is feeling better, Chante's tired, and we've been told to go off to the Zephyr Ruins. And we should stock up correctly, as we are not coming back to the town after this. I completely forgot to speak to Elma. Pardon that. So we went to Elma, the fortune teller's shop, and she said, "Well, I'm not here, come back later, or you can find me in the Zephyr Ruin." That's why I needed to talk to, at least visit the store. I've taken off my equipment because this is the only real place that we can sort of farm gems without, we don't want to kill these enemies so quickly, as the gems drop only. Words. Excuse me. Please. Here we go. Okay, so the game does mention that way back when, at the beginning, that these gems are solidified magic or magical essences that turn into magical dust that turns into a physical form when they take damage. And it turns out that it only works because Elise's sword is coated in fairy dust. Jeez. There we go. More fish that we don't want to deal with. So as much as I would like to spam magic or spam tornado, it's not going to give me any sort of gems. Alright, no green gems to work with. I have two. So 2 blue gems and 2 red gems. These red gems are important as there is an enemy in the next room that can be a real jerk and you don't want to have any sort of close combat with them. This is the giant bug chamber with a giant bug in the center of the room. I'm not entirely sure if it's still alive or not. No, sadly this game does not give you additional attacks, you're stuck with whatever you got. The only thing that you'll get as the game progresses are the number of gems you can use. But don't worry, as much as this game is difficult, there are some really useful gem combinations that help a lot. So green is generally helpful as you can get more projectiles out of your attack, or out of your spells. Blue is particularly useful because 3 blue gems gives you healing magic, which is what I'm kind of trying to go for right now. Genuinely worried about taking too much damage. Oh, there's one back there. There's 2 back there. Nice. Yes, I'm willing to go out of my way to collect those 2 gems. The downside is we only have 6 gem slots throughout the entire game. We don't get any more. Nor can we rearrange the gem order. Oh, cool, I can spend these gems now. And the maximum number of gems that you can use is 4 for a spell. Here, read through these guys. Something's not dead. It will be. Ah, jeez. Spring on this thing is totally bust right now. It's okay that I fell into that pit, because we needed the wing boots anyways. So it might have been a small time loss, but in reality, whatever, we needed it. Now, I could do a jump attack, which deals 2 to 3 times more damage than a horizontal attack, or like a finishing blow. But we need the gems to drop. Okay, so here. I didn't press the button. Let's try that again. Now, I did mention that shell shrooms, they're kind of immune to physical attacks, and that's if they're in their shells. Kinda like that. But if we time our attacks correctly, we can hurt them right as they're throwing their projectiles out. Okay. I didn't mean to lock on, but we can work with this. Group them together. Oh, totally missed that. I deserve to take that hit. Now, there are 2 types of damage. I haven't really mentioned that. But there are 2 types of damage. There's physical damage and magical damage. And the shields that we collect, the shields that we pick up, those prevent physical damage. Charms and necklaces reduce magical damage. And we don't ever go out of our way to get a charm. Alright, so we're farming gems. Yeah, farming gems. Please, that was 1 too far. I want you, so I can shoot you off that rock. 1, 2, 2, 3. The wing boots are kind of important. Not really. It just makes it a lot easier to run across those rocks. The super armor is definitely important, because these guys can just knock you off into this watery pit here and you take 3 additional damage. And the super armor prevents the knockback from occurring. Slopes are kind of interesting. If an enemy is standing on an incline such as this, they just go down. You don't really understand why they slide down. I just assume that because gravity exists. Yep, I don't know how it works. It just does. I don't need that water gem anymore. I don't need the water gem anymore. 2 fire gems are required for the next area. The wing boots make it a lot easier to jump across this bridge. Oh, I should have mentioned those, that earth crystal that we got back then. It's gonna make our lives a whole lot easier for this boss. Okay. Ooh, whoa, no, no, no. Align ourselves here. 2, 2, 3. Lock on, throw magic. Easy peasy. 2 melee hits. Now we kind of have an extra red gem in our inventory. Or in our gem stash, what have you. It's not really necessary to have, but it's a nice backup if things go horribly wrong. And luckily, it didn't go horribly wrong. Tornado! That's right, we used a wind element on wind enemies in a wind dungeon to make our lives easier. I need red gems and anything else that comes after it. Alright, thanks for dropping YTW Croc. You have a good evening. So these wraiths here, they deal magical damage, and we're talking like 20 damage plus. We only have 100 health. Ignore the metal shell shroom that's on that pillar. We're not interested in collecting its hidden treasure. Ooh, I only have 1 gem to work with. This is really not in our favor. I'm sorry. What's still alive? I'm sorry. But it's still alive. He didn't fall into the pit. Huh. Interesting. Well, you're not living for long, sir. Cool. Nice. I needed an extra gem. Okay, so this section here is kind of a maze. This skeleton is a jerk. I don't know why they make this skeleton exist, because he only drops if you walk up the top of this hill. And inclines make them slide down. And that's just a jerk move, honestly. So this is a maze, but they didn't quite think this maze through as we have a map. So yeah, this is kind of a redundant thing to have. If they turn the map off, then I'd be okay with that, but we can see where all the enemies are with the red dots. I need 3 gems, and they gave me 3 gems. Nice. Keep our distance. Ooh. Yeah. We need to be very aware of our gem count. Need to stop moving. Gem management for this area, this particular stage, is important, as there is a death plane below us. And anything that falls in there will just disappear. Right. I'm gonna take off the fire crystal, use a safety shield. I'd like to farm gems off these skeletons. No guarantee that I will be able to, because there is a giant bomb trying to shoot lightning at us. Just kinda dodge and weave here and make sure we have enough gems. Alright, we're good to go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want you to be, yeah, there we go. 7, 8, 9, and I need a red gem. Okay. Easy every time. No yellow gems. Sure. I really wanted a yellow gem. How unfortunate. For this point, we don't really need green gems as much. They are nice to have, but we have an abundance of yellow, an abundance of blue gems, which we can use instead. Green is nice because it's got a huge hitbox, but we don't need that anymore. Yellow, there's only one yellow. If this one drops a yellow, I'll drop everything I have for it. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, we're just gonna keep going. And this... Ah, no! I missed the skeleton. No, well, strange skeletons just dropping from the sky. Hug this corner, make sure he falls. I hope he dies soon. Oh no. Is he not in range? I have to wait for this guy to die. There we go. Okay. We're going to switch our loadout to... where is it? I don't have a timer going and I can't watch the stream, but someone please tell me what the current time is. Good. Oh, yes. Alma's a jerk if anyone hasn't noticed by now. She just likes to summon things and ruin our day. And about that earth crystal? Yeah, it's about to be used right now. Alright, thank you, on the face. So Alma's all like, hey, you are deserving of what you do. Wait a couple of seconds, save. We're going to do a save and quit, skipping ourselves about 12 seconds. We're going to go to Seal Palace. All of these bosses are very easy to defeat. I mean, all the bosses are very easy to defeat. And right now, we're just gonna collect gems. Yeah, so the reason why I asked about the time is because I'm noticing that there's a bit of lag in the game. And I think it might be because my computer's been on forever. 2, 3, 4. That's okay if I get hit. One more green gem. Green. Green. Please. There it is. Yep. Oof. Okay. We're gonna get ourselves super strong armor. That's right. Has a combination of yellow, yellow, red, and yellow. And I just did a gem duplication, so I'm going to facepalm there. Let's try that again. 2, 3. So, what just happened and why did I facepalm? So, if you pick up a gem on the same frame or within a couple of frames of you activating the gem in your and bringing it into use, you actually duplicate the gem you're supposed to be casting. As much as I would love to use this gem duplication, it has no practical use. It takes too much time to set up. Nice! 2 high damage rolls for the jump attack and the 119 damage from the fire. Yeah, we're ducking, we're rolling, and I really don't want this guy to fall off the stage, because that would be a really long drop from here. Those two blue gems homed in on those shell shrooms on the two sides. Once again, we really hate fish, so we're just gonna throw tornadoes at it. I don't understand what you mean by GG. This game is still going. I might be behind schedule. I'm probably gonna go overestimate. I can feel the lag in there. But we're going to try and finish as fast as we can. No promises. Whoa, camera please. Yeah, we're gonna try our best to defeat these blue bombs before going in. 2, 3, throw magic. More dead angling on these knights. They can't block us. No, they can't. Easy every time. We're just gonna circle around them. Nice RNG with the fire gem. We don't need this green gem anymore. And gonna farm some gems off these guys. Clear that one hedgehog. They're porcupines. We're just gonna call them hedgehogs. Blue, yellow, red, yellow. Whoa, I just rearranged my inventory. This will be slightly confusing for me. Slightly. 1, 2, 3, magic. Hold magic button. Oh, okay. I did not pay attention to my health at that time. So we're gonna go with a safe strat of sorts. No, apparently not, because the IBAT wanted to have something to do with us. We're definitely not underestimated anymore. This was this cutscene I was trying to skip. I'm gonna try heading back out there again. As for why I equipped it the wing boots, I'm not entirely sure. That should have been the fire crystal. But either way, it would have killed me. Nice, got hit on first. Okay, that's okay. There's a pretty good chance these will drop gems. And all blues I can get. This will be the best place to farm gems for us. 1, 2, 3. And I need a couple of reds here. That. So yeah, this game is pretty unforgiving. There was no way to heal from that. Luckily for us, we don't have to fight all the enemies on the way back, as all these barriers have been taken down when we completed it the first time. And we had some wing boots, so we had to fly over. Okay, let's try this again. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Was I not wearing the shield back then? Now we unequip the boots, wear the fire crystal, and these giant blue slimes are weak to fire. So we get to have a field day on them. And there's chicken. Yo, there's slime chicken. cool is that? Alright, let's see if the game was nice enough to give us our usual gem combination. Yes, it was. We might still be in there. Probably not. No, it did. Dang! It didn't give us a yellow gem. Okay, we'll just pick up some food to make sure we're at full health. And because we're really scared of the final boss, we're just gonna run away. No, we're a little confused with what's going on. So right there, we skipped a 10-second cutscene. And I missed a dash. And good job. Let's try that again. And no, we're changing our minds. We're really conflicted. I mean, this huge time loss. So the hidden treasure here is to be a coward. It gives us rocket gloves. Yes, gloves of rocket. Alma's trapped somewhere. We don't really know where she's trapped, and the NPC we've never ever encountered before is called the monk. He's the guy that you would speak to at the church, which we never go to, for hidden treasures. Alright, put the rocket gloves, we're going to swap the boots out for the night shield, lock on, and just kind of wait until we get a yellow gem. Game was nice, we're gonna body block. I regret this decision, because they're right next to fire. And they picked up armor. That's unfortunate. I want these two standing next to each other, because it deals double damage. They share a single health pool. And this is what that's what the blue gem was for, to freeze that single target. Our gem loadout now is to collect 2 green gems, I should be eating to that. 2 green gems, and 2 green gems, 2 yellow gems, and 2 red gems. Beans, please drop. We're kind of at a waiting game now. We're throwing gems out left and right. We're not getting anything that I can use. Okay, so we have the green gems. I don't want this, so I'm gonna just throw this out to space. And it's very important I throw it out to space, because blue gems can lock onto enemies. Okay, we have all the gems we want. Oh, 3 minutes? Yeah, we're gonna go over. So Ira's just being a real badass here, and she's gonna summon some magic and help us defeat this archdevil. But it turns out that we're gonna get stopped by Elma the fairy? What is going on? Yeah, we have no idea what's going on anymore. So Elma's now a fairy. And this boss's weakness is to summon the elemental spirits. And in order to do so, we need to use 4 of the same gems. Now, whatever element that you use, or whatever colored gems that you use, will be the element that the boss will be turned into. And because we've got this really broken item called the Earth Crystal, we can just turn the boss into some sort of turn the boss into wind element and just deal enormous amounts of damage to it. So we're at the final showdown. So for a viewer that said that they wanted to watch Touhou, here you go. We are now playing Touhou for the next 2.5 minutes. There is really not much to say about this other than we're throwing a ball at the boss, and I'm doing a second jump attack. Or I'm doing a jump attack after the projectile is thrown in order to add a critical multiplier to it. Throughout this entire run, we don't really want crits. I just screwed that up. Yep, we're playing Toho. And I got hit by a magic laser. Well done. Lasers! There's lasers for days. Alright, so those orbs that he throws out with his arms, those deal physical damage, and he's got 3 attacks from that. He can swipe his arms, he can cross his arms over, and do a singular wave, or he can shoot a rapid set of, I think, 5 spheres from his torso. And you're supposed to jump on the other 2 platforms at the side here to dodge all of his attacks, but we're just gonna sit right here. We're nice and comfy on the center platform. The lasers that come out of his wings, I suppose, are from the back. Those deal magic damage. Those are things we really want to avoid. We're just about done here. Nope, he's got a ton of health left. Something like 500 or so. No, way more than that. Holy cow, 800. Yeah, they didn't do a very good job showing the health bar in the game. It's like this little blue, it's this really light blue health bar on a white background. It wasn't exactly the best idea. Here's a critical multiplier. Oh geez, lasers! Alright, we're almost done. He is almost down. Made it close to them. Alright, guys, do get ready on time. It's when we see Finn on the bottom right hand corner. It'll be a while. Don't worry about it. So we're now delivering the finishing blow on the Archdevil. And we threw Shantae. And she exploded. Oh. Well, I guess sacrifices need to be made in order for the greater good. Wait a minute. Oh no, she's okay. She's good. Time is coming up shortly. And... time. Man, that death. I wrote a minute underestimate, but that wasn't supposed to like that. Oh, man, that walk. A long walk required. So, yeah, thanks for having me here. Let's see what's our next run. We've got Lord of the Rings. Wow. Guys get hyped for that. The runner will be Valiant North.
Yeah, so we're trying to see if we can find him. He didn't show up for his last run, unfortunately, so if he's not there for this run, then we're going to have a quick impromptu run before our finale, so we'll be probably about 5 minutes while we try to figure out what's going on with this, and then we'll be right back with potentially some game.
Alright, that's good to hear. Or, yes, good and bad at the same time.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Let's see,